Hey, do you guys need a little WD-40 or maybe some multi-purpose spray lubricant? I didn't know if you were getting a little squeaky, rusty. You know, you could use a little lubrication. Good morning. Well, it turns out it didn't really rain last night like they said it was going to, so tillage continues today. I'm putting fuel in the tank on the truck there. We got to take it up to Dad running the 9R and the chisel plow. He broke a bolt on a closing arm frame yesterday. No big deal, so we'll go up and get that fixed and get that tractor back up and running. May even run it a little bit today because he said he had to go to town this afternoon, or maybe, I don't know, whatever. We might let him run it, or we might get to run it for a while and keep that moving. We'll also try and keep the disc moving today if we can, and we'll go from there. So I was just looking for, I'm missing some of my batteries for my Milwaukee stuff. I'm trying to find them. All right, well, fueling. Dad's putting a tank in on the other side. Let's see what we got to deal with here with this closing. Oh yeah, right there. That one. So this bolt right here on that one is gone. We got to get it fixed. This one's kind of a pain to get to because of this bracket and framing here. If it would have been this one, it would be much easier. But we've got to compress that spring, so there's this tool that you put in there and you got to tighten the nut up, which you can't ever get to. But I can't get the tool in there because this is in the way, so we're going to try and raise that all the way up the cylinder. But I don't know if that's going to work. We might have to take it back to the shop and use our hoist. All right, well, we can't get that tool in there to compress the spring. The rolling basket is in the way, so we gotta take it back to the shop. All right, the time has come that this project is in the way, so I'm trying to shove it over there into the corner a little bit farther. All right, well, that's a little better. Ah, chain fell out. All right, well, we're done here. We had to pick this frame up, so we had to take these pins out and compress that. New bolt, ready to go. All right, well, we got that done. Dad's back on his way up to the field and cleaned up our bench a little bit. Let's see what else. I can get rid of some of this stuff. Anyway, right now, I just looked at the clock. It's 11:21. It is not 11:21. It is 10:21. Let's fix this right now. DST off. 10:22. There we go. Now I won't get confused and go to lunch an hour early. But what we are going to do is go disc. We've got 2 more farms that need to be done. We can get them both done today if we get moving. So we're going to go start on one. Brock, I think, is coming at like 12:30 today or something. So I was going to have him power wash the combine, but I'll probably be nice and let him run that disc for me after I give him a good lesson, and then I'll be able to go eat a late lunch later, but we'll keep it moving. Let's go. Here we go. There's about 82 acres in this field. This is the same field that we had that last corn growers yield trial entry in, where there was 10 acres over on the other side of the field that I kind of let standing to finish that up. So that's why this one hasn't gotten done, but the rest of the fields around here have. So 84 acres, I guess. Make sure my spacing is correct. 29 feet it is, that's good. 3 hours. Can you guys see the difference right here between that stubble and this stubble? Well, this is the corn that I left standing, and this is the stuff that we'd harvested about 3 weeks sooner. The line is right there. You can see just what 3 weeks of harvest time difference is done in breaking these stalks down versus those ones over there. And it is showing up behind us too. I mean, heck, you can see the line better back there. We're covering more stalks up and leaving more dirt on top where they've already been breaking down for a month. It's amazing because literally, it's the same variety. There was no difference other than 3 weeks-ish harvest date difference. Huh, how about that? Anyway, I am kind of striping this field out. We've done every other pass all the way across. I like to skip passes because it's easier to turn, one. And the other thing is, if Brock does come and run this for me here later this afternoon, this way it's easier for him to figure out the turns, and you just fill in the gaps. So I'm almost all the way across the field, which means we're almost halfway done. Not quite there yet, but we're moving right across it. It says we've got about 35 acres done, 50 or so to go. I've been out here for a little over an hour. Stopped at the end here. I was looking for the bathroom. They're hard to find these days, but I did find something else interesting. Let me show you. So after we finished shelling the corn here, we had them spread a little bit of fertilizer. The reason is this field was wheat last year. It's one of them that we put chicken litter on after the wheat before the corn. So that was all the fertilizer we put on last year. But we don't think there's quite enough potash in that fertilizer to supply 2 years of crops. So this year's corn and next year's beans. And so we add a little bit of potash, which is potassium, for next year's beans. And if you look here, you can see all of that stuff laying out here. Some of them got a red tinge to them, like that one. Some of them are sort of clear. We also, notice that white one, put a little bit of AMS, or ammonium sulfate, in with the broadcast fertilizer. And what that ammonium sulfate does is provide nitrogen and sulfur. Boy, there's a bunch right there. Look at all that. The nitrogen, it helps get these stalks breaking down. And then the sulfur, we need sulfur for our crops to grow. And so we add a little bit of that. There is a little teeny tiny bit of boron in it, but it's like 4 or 5 pounds to the acre. The chances of me finding a boron pellet are slim to none. So, but you can see the potash out here. I don't know exactly what the rate is in this exact spot. Our crop consultant makes up variable rate maps based on the soil tests that we have taken, and we send those files to the people that do our application for us. So they did it. They clearly spread the fertilizer because it's there. I can see it. Now, where'd that bathroom go? Well, that's going to be a problem. Huh. Yeah, gonna have to go around that one for now. Looks like we went around the combine, and Dad was running the combine over here, so I didn't know about that one. All right, just finishing up this wedge here. Let's see, what's the map look like? Yeah, looks like that. So I did the wedge where we started over here. We did every other pass across the field, and now I'm finishing up the wedge over here, and we'll keep filling in the gaps. Let's see, this is pass number 64 from where we started. 1, 2, another 3 over there. So close to 70 passes across this field. We've got a little over half of them done. Brock is here, but he for some reason decided to drive my truck way out here in the field instead of waiting for me by the road. What's up, Brock? All right, we're gonna let him drive. I was gonna mount the camera and show you I'm training and teaching, but this tractor, these aren't metal. My other 2 tractors, it sticks there. It doesn't work. So there's nothing to mount a camera on in here. So, everybody hi. Hi. We're doing all right. This is fast. This is a kind of a difficult job to start on. It's not really starting into the grain cart, but for field work, because we're moving. We're doing 8.5, 9 miles an hour, 12th gear, wide open throttle, and it's not like running a chisel plow at 5.5 miles an hour. So, all right, we're to the end. Let's watch his first turn solo. Pressure's on, bro. Up a little soon. Now you're going to have to make a fork pass on those ends to fill it in. That's okay. We're probably going to have to anyway. Not bad. I think he's got it. You got it? We'll see. All right. We're going to drop me off at my truck. up there. And I'm gonna go eat. We'll come back and check on him when I'm done. I think we're okay. I hope he doesn't hit this fence. That would be bad. All right, I'll get out of the way. See if he starts moving and does okay. Don't hit the fence. Don't hit the fence, dude. Don't hit the fence. Okay. He's good. He didn't hit the fence. All right. Well, I think he's got the hang of it. I think he'll be all right. I rode with him for 2 or 3 rounds there, and we should be good. He knew how to drive the tractor from the grain cart, so just trying to figure out the disc. And he does have some experience driving farm equipment. It's not like he's brand new at it. So we'll let him go, and we'll come back and check on him here after we go eat. We're gonna make this a quick lunch though. Ooh, it's getting windy and chilly. He's still moving. That's a good thing. I'll ride around with him here, and then I'll probably jump out and let him finish this field while I go find something else to do for a little bit. I'm gonna have to stop wearing pants with holes in them. It's getting too cold for that. All right, well, he's doing a good job, so I'm gonna let him keep going. He's getting the hang of it. He likes the auto steer. Moving some dirt, doing a good job. Doing a real good job. All right, we're gonna go back to the farm. All right, well, now since Brock's running the disc over there, we're gonna take the combine and pull it up behind the shop over there and start taking shields off. There's a lot of shields. It's gonna take a while. Okay, anything that comes off relatively easily, we are gonna take off and lay out on the floor back here. We'll power wash all the shields and stuff separate, but we gotta get them all out of the way for when we're blowing the combine off in order to get stuff cleaned up a little bit better. That's a start. Got a bunch off the side, get the rotor covers off here. I need to get some wrenches, 1/2-inch wrench to take these 2 or 3 off here. And that'll be most of them off of this side. I think I just heard Dad pull in with the ripper, which is not a good sign because I don't think there's any way he's done there yet. So I'm gonna see what's going on. Oh, it was Brock. I didn't realize he was done already. He'll get it for me. All right, getting more. This one. All right, I think everything else. I need tools. See if I got anything in my toolbox. That kind of seems like a fire hazard. I was all behind shielding. There's no way to get to it without taking the shields off, and they're not easy to take off shields. You got to use a wrench. I don't really want it all in my driveway, so I'm not going to pick all that off. But that's why we take them off, to clean it. Should I warn him? It might not be too bad. That's the cover for the grain tank, by the way. Oh, well, it's packed in there. At least it didn't come pouring out on him. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that on my wrench. All right. Well, I think we've got most of the shields off. I'm not gonna say all because we definitely don't have them all, but we have got quite a pile here. So I'm gonna call that good enough for right now. All right. Well, we got all those shields off. I backed it back out by the field and I set Brock up with a leaf blower. And he's gonna go to town cleaning that off, do the best job he can. I'm gonna take the disc and head to the last field of corn stalks that we've got. We're gonna attempt to get this done tonight. It's where we finished shelling. There's 75 acres there. Take me 3 or 4 hours. It's not even 3 o'clock yet, so we should be able to get it done tonight pretty easily. It means I'm gonna get home a little later tonight, but that's okay. Looks dusty. Okay, well, we are moving right along. I got that front field all done already. My sister called me, so I hadn't talked to her in like 2 or 3 weeks, so I thought, well, talk to her, and then I finished that field, and I did, well, 2/3 of this one, and I'm like, hey, I gotta film something, so I gotta go. But anyway, we're moving right through this. It's not even dark yet, not quite. It's getting close, but yeah, we're gonna get this done tonight pretty easily. We've only got, what do we got? 6 acres left in this field. Yeah, see, it is getting dark. And then like 6 or 7 in that little one over there where we finished shelling. But we're going well here. We're almost done. Sorry for not filming it more. Starting the last field. 6.5 acres. All right, we are just finishing this field up. About 24 hours ago, it is 6 o'clock, I posted a video complaining about YouTube. That video has over 6,500 views and 345 comments on it. That's insane. I've never gotten 345 comments on any video that I've done, so thank you guys for all the support. I did hear back another email from YouTube after I posted that last night. Didn't say anything different than it already has. They aren't budging. They aren't admitting any wrongdoing. So it is what it is. I'm going to keep going back and forth with them, but I don't expect to make any progress. But I'll keep you posted on it as we do. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up here, and we're going to head home. I don't really like driving this far home in the dark, but I don't have a whole lot of choice tonight, so we're going to do it anyway. Done. Fold it up. Let's head out. We made it. Okay, well, I guess that's it for tonight. We got the disking done. That's a good thing. Weird. I haven't printed this in weeks. Whatever. Anyway, sorry, we got the disking done, so tomorrow morning we can get that unhooked. That tractor, the 8R, was supposed to be done today. They told me on Monday, they thought Wednesday, but they did not call me today, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know how far Dad made it with the chisel, but we've got to finish up that field here if he didn't get it done tonight, which the tractor is not here, so it doesn't mean he didn't get it done, but it's a pretty good sign. And then head to Berkey. They were spreading our lime today, so we can start the tillage down there at any point as soon as we're done here. What else? Keep working on that combine. I think Brock might be around again tomorrow. Maybe I'll get him set up with the power washer. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how everything's going and where we're at with stuff, and keep making progress on stuff. I could also spend a day selling seed anytime. That would also be a good thing to do. So we'll see. But that's all for tonight. Hit that like and subscribe buttons for me, please. And if you have any questions and comments, type them down below. See you guys tomorrow. Check it out, guys. Brock cleaned my floor. I told him if he got done blowing on the combine and he still was looking for stuff to do, he could sweep the floor up. Good job, bud.